Nitai Goranga. Okay. Namaste, Dandavat Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're also paying our most humble Dandavat Pranam to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for providing us this wonderful commentary and translation of Bhagavatam. And finally, following the instructions of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, we are praying to Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Yadi sevā-vañcitāḥ syāma, yasyāḥ kṛpayā vayaṃ labhema, sarvaṃ prāpnumaḥ prayojanaṃ, dhāmni śrī-bhagavat pade, Kṛṣṇa-sambandhi sarvaṃ cha, Yadi jānīmahe tutam, Aṣṭādaśasu sahasreṣu, ślokānāṃ bhāgavat-oktiṣu, Rādhārānīṃ na vindāmaḥ tada, nishphalam bhagavat adhyayanam, radhikaya kripam vina, vyartasyat sarva-pariśramaḥ. If we are cheated out of serving that personality whose mercy awards us everything we need, including residence in the Lord's holy Dham and all things connected to Krishna, and if we cannot understand or discover Rādhārānīṃ within the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, then our study of Srimad Bhagavatam has been pointless. Without the mercy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, all of our efforts are in vain. So we are continuing our reading today from Canto 5, Chapter 20, Text 41. Okay. Akalpam evam visham gata esha bhagavan atma yoga mayaya virachita vividha lokayatra gopiyayetyartha. The various forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, such as Narayan and Vishnu, are beautifully decorated with different weapons. The Lord exhibits those forms to maintain all the varied planets created by his personal potency Yogamaya. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 4.6, Lord Krishna says, Sambhavam yatma mayaya. I appear by my internal potency. The word Atma Maya refers to the Lord's personal potency, Yogamaya. After creating both the material world and the spiritual world through Yogamaya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally maintains them by expanding himself in different categories as the Vishnu Murtis and the demigods. He maintains the material creation from beginning to end, and he personally maintains the spiritual world. 42. Yontar vishtara etanahya parimanam cha vyakyatam yad bahir loka lokalachalat tata parastad yogeshvar gatim vishudham udhaharanti. My dear king, outside Loka Loka mountain is the tract of land known as Aloka Varsha. which extends for the same breadth as the area within the mountain. In other words, 125 million yojanas, or 1 billion miles. Beyond Alokavarsha is the destination of those who aspire for liberation from the material world. It is beyond the jurisdiction of the material modes of nature, and therefore it is completely pure. Lord Krishna took Arjuna through this place to bring back the sons of the Brahmana. Text 43. Andhamadya gata suryo javhabhumyor yad antaram suryanda golayor madhye kotyahasyu pancha vimshati. The sun is situated vertically in the middle of the universe, in the area between Borloka and Bhuvarloka, which is called Antariksha, outer space. The distance between the sun and the circumference of the universe is 25 koti yojanas, 2 billion miles. Purport: the word koti means 10 million, and yojana is 8 miles. The diameter of the universe is 50 koti yojanas, 4 billion miles. Therefore, since the sun is in the middle of the universe, the distance between the sun and the edge of the universe is calculated to be 25 koti yojanas, 2 billion miles. Text 44. Mritenda esha etasmin yadabhutato martanda itivya padesha hiranyagarbha ityadiranyanda samudbhava. The sun god is also known as Vairaja, the total material body for all living entities. Because he entered this dull egg of the universe at the time of creation, he is also called Martanda. He is also known as Hiranyagarbha, because he received his material body from Hiranyagarbha, Lord Brahma. Purport: the post of Lord Brahma is meant for a very highly elevated, spiritually advanced living being, or living beings. When such living beings are unavailable, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, expands himself as Lord Brahma. This takes place very rarely. Consequently, there are two kinds of Brahmas. Sometimes Brahma is an ordinary living entity, and at other times Brahma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Brahma spoken of here is an ordinary living being. Whether Brahma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead or an ordinary living being, he is known as Vairaja Brahma and Hiranyagarbha Brahma. Therefore, the sun god is also accepted as Vairaja Brahma. Text 45. Suryena hi vibhajante disha kamjor mahibida svarga pavargo naraka raso kamsi cha sarvasha. O king, the sun god and the sun planet divide all the directions of the universe. It is only because of the presence of the sun that we can understand what the sky, the higher planets, this world, and the lower planets are. It is also only because of the sun that we can understand which places are for material enjoyment, which are for liberation, which are hellish and subterranean. I'm noticing, I don't know if this is true or not because there's no purport here, but sometimes allegorically the sun is talked about something that illuminates not just visual empirical perception, but illuminates the mind. So here, it looks like it's giving both. The first sentence is visual, kind of, and then more mental. I don't know, maybe that's what I'm picking up on. Okay. Text 46. Devatiryan manushanam sarishripa severudam sarvajiva nikayanam surya atma drigishvara. All living entities, including demigods, human beings, animals, birds, insects, reptiles, creepers, and trees, depend upon the heat and the light given by the sun god from the sun planet. Furthermore, it is because of the sun's presence that all living entities can see, and therefore he is called Drigishvara, the personality of Godhead presiding over sight. 47. Huh? Okay. Did we miss a purport before? No. Okay. So we missed that purport. Let's read that purport. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Surya Atma Atmatveno Pasyaha. The actual life and soul of all living entities within this universe is the sun. He is therefore upasya, worshipable. We worship the sun god by chanting the Gayatri mantra, Om Bhur Bhurvasvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Surya is the life and soul of this universe, and there are innumerable universes for which a sun god is the life and soul, just as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the life and soul of the entire creation. We have information that Vairaja Hiranyagarbha entered the great dull material globe called the sun. This indicates that the theory held by so-called scientists that no one lives there is wrong. Bhagavad Gita also says that Krishna first instructed Bhagavad Gita to the sun god, Imam vivashvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam, Bhagavad Gita 4.1. Therefore, the sun is not vacant. It is inhabited by living entities, and the predominating deity is Vairaja, or Vivasvan. The difference between the sun and the earth is that the sun is a fiery planet, but everyone there has a suitable body and can live there without difficulty. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 5th canto, 20th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Studying the Structure of the Universe. One time I heard a tape of an audio recording of the founder Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mutt, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. He was talking to our Gurudev Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj said that everything was coming from the sun in the material universe. And I didn't know what he meant, but I guess he was referring to this idea that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, and what this part of Bhagavatam is trying to offer. Jai. So this is the next chapter, 21, and we'll just read the summary, and then we'll conclude our reading for today. So chapter 21. This chapter informs us of the movements of the sun. The sun is not stationary. It is also moving like the other planets. The sun's movements determine the duration of night and day. When the sun travels north of the equator, it moves slowly during the day and very quickly at night, thus increasing the duration of the daytime and decreasing the duration of the night. Similarly, when the sun travels south of the equator, The exact opposite is true. The duration of the day decreases, and the duration of the night increases. When the sun enters Karkata Rasi, Cancer, and then travels to Simha Rasi, Leo, and so on through the Dhanu Rasi, Sagittarius, its course is called Dakshinayana, the southern way. And when the sun enters Makara Rasi, Capricorn, and thereafter travels through Kumbha Rasi, Aquarius, and so on through Mithuna Rasi, Gemini, its course is called Uttarayana, the northern way. When the sun is in Mesa Rasi, Aries, and Tula Rasi, Libra, the duration of day and night are equal. On Manasotara mountain are abodes of 4 demigods. East of Sumeru mountain is Devadhani, where King Indra lives, and south of Sumeru is Samyamani, the abode of Yamaraj, the superintendent of death. Similarly, west of Sumeru is Nimlochani, the abode of Varuna, the demigod who controls the water, and north of Sumeru is Vibhavari, the demigod of where the demigod of the moon lives. Sunrise, noon, sunset, and midnight occur in all these places because of the movements of the sun. Diametrically opposite the place where the sunrise takes place and the sun is seen by human eyes, the sun will be setting and passing away from human vision. Similarly, the people residing diametrically opposite the point where it is midday will be experiencing midnight. The sun rises and sets with all the other planets, headed by the moon and other luminaries. The entire Kala Chakra, or Wheel of Time, is established on the wheel of the sun god's chariot. This wheel is known as Samvatsara. The 7 horses pulling the chariot of the sun are known as Gayatri, Brihati, Ushnik, Jagati, Trishtup, Anashtup, and Pankti. They are harnessed by a demigod known as Arunadev to a yoke 900,000 yojanas wide. Thus the chariot carries Adityadev, the sun god, always staying in front of the sun god, and offering their prayers are 60,000 sages known as Valikilyas. There are 14 Gandharvas, Apsaras, and other demigods who are divided into 7 parties and who perform ritualistic activities every month to worship the supersoul through the sun god according to different names. Thus the sun god travels through the universe for a distance of 95,100,000 yojanas, or 760,800,000 miles, at a speed of 16,004 miles at every moment. So another chapter filled with transcendental details of the cosmos. It will be interesting to go through this together. Okay. Thus ends our reading for today. Always a very humbling experience to read these things. So before we close, Swasti, do you have anything you want to say? Swati?
No, it's very nice to, as I keep saying, I teach astronomy, and it's very nice to see correlating everything in the text to what I teach, including the Rashis.
Hmm.
So, not, I don't know how much people know that the Rashis are true, not in terms of the astrology, but the way the earth is positioned. Earlier, before the true calendar from January 1st to December 31st existed, that's how even scientists or everybody, even in Greek mythology, identified the position of the earth by the constellations. So rashis are nothing but the constellations that we can see from one particular point. And constellation is like a group of stars. And that group of star is the Rashi symbol that we see here, like Leo,
Mm.
Taurus, Virgo. So when we see from Earth, um, the visibility or non-visibility of a particular group of particular constellation or group of stars indicates that the Earth is moving from one place to another place.
Mm.
And those are the months that we give for all the 365 days. So it's very nice to see the constellations being mentioned in Bhagavatam at the solstices, like summer solstice, winter solstice, and in between the existence of March 22nd and September and all this stuff. So it's very nice to correlate everything. Yeah.
I recently heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say that the way we interpret how the zodiac signs overlap with certain birthdays isn't
Hmm.
actually how it works. He said that the I don't know exactly how this works, but in the zodiacs actually it's not perfectly aligned with our 12-month system because I guess he
No,
says there's actually 13 zodiac signs and
correct.
that so that every year, like I was born on June 19th and they say it's a Gemini sign, but actually every year, like June 19th, 1994 may or may not have been Gemini. Let's say it was Gemini, but the next year July would be Gemini and June would be Cancer. And like every year the zodiac moves forward one. So the current system that we think about where every June 19th is Gemini is not correct. Do you know
No,
anything about that?
yes, it is true. It is true. It is true. So we are divided between not exactly the 12 constellations, it's actually 13.
Oh,
Um, it's it's not even full 13. It's more like 12 and a half. That's why when you see the Hindu calendar,
mm,
let's say the New Year, which is Ugadi for us, it doesn't fall on the same exact day every year. It keeps
mm.
moving 2 weeks back and forth
But isn't
from the
that
last.
that's from the lunar? That's because of the lunar calendar, though, because it's based on the lunar movements. No,
The Hindu calendar?
right?
Yes, the lunar movements. The lunar movements and they're all pretty much the same. I mean, um, the zodiacs are based on the visibility of the constellations,
Hmm.
which is again the Earth's movements, and the lunar calendar is based on the visibility of the moon, which is again the Earth's movements. So the Earth, even if you take the regular calendar, we do not have a. What is the whole concept of leap year? How many days do we have in leap year? It's
Yeah,
360, right? Why
366 is that year. Yeah.
six? Where is that one day coming from?
I don't remember the rationality behind it.
Yeah, so the Earth actually takes 365 days,
Oh,
six hours,
plus. Okay.
6 hours to
So,
complete one rotation.
I see.
And these 365 days, 6 hours are divided between
Hmm,
24 hours
right.
and the visibility of each constellation or the visibility of the moon, which is 28 days
So
from
every
new
four
moon to full
years,
moon. Sorry?
we have a leap year. Then it accumulates, right? Okay.
Yes, all the 6 hours accumulate to one day. That's why you have a leap year.
Oh, okay.
So the leap year is technically just the calendar days, but we do not have to count the leap year. It's 365 days, 6 hours. That's how long the Earth takes
Right.
to complete one rotation around the sun. And between these rotations, you have 28 days of visibility of moon, which is the lunar calendar, and the visibility of the constellations, which are the zodiacs,
Mm.
which we call as the solar calendar. It's not really the solar calendar. There's nothing like solar calendar. It's the zodiac calendar.
But I thought so. Lunar calendar obviously refers to the waning and waxing of the moon. We
Correct.
call
The
this
visibility of moon. Yes. The
visibility of the
new
moon,
moon
which
to
we
full
call
moon.
as 30-day cycles. 30
It's not
reliably
38. It's not 38. It's 28 days.
28-day cycle.
14
Uh,
days and 14 days.
and then the solar calendar means how many? It means one rotation of the Earth around the sun.
Sun, which is 365 days,
Yeah.
6 hours.
So that's the difference between solar calendar and lunar calendar, though, is one is
It's not
measured.
solar. Correct.
Hmm.
Correct. That's what the regular calendar that we have.
Yeah, so is a
January
solar
1st to
calendar
December
also.
31st.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Those are the dates we gave.
yeah.
Not yeah, those are the dates we gave. But earlier, before the Jan 1st to August 31st happened,
Mm.
the rotation was based on the visibility of the constellations or the visibility of the moon. How
I,
can you say what part of sun are you seeing? You cannot, because you see the same part of sun.
right.
So you need to have something that's either visible to you or not visible to you. Based on that, you say, oh, this is where I am. So you take the moon or you take
The
the
zodiac,
constellations that are visible to you.
right.
You
But
can
doesn't
never say, oh, oh, I see this part of sun, so you're here. You
you
can
need
never say
something
that.
right? But doesn't that then assume that the constellations are fixed? You're assuming that they're fixed so that you can.
Constellations are fixed. The
Are
stars
they?
move too. Yeah, the stars move. Yeah, go ahead. The constellations are fixed. Yes, those are the group of stars.
Yeah, but isn't everything in so I'm assuming that the zodiac is based on stars in our galaxy, right? In the Milky Way galaxy.
Yes.
But and those stars, they aren't moving.
No, they die
Hmm.
eventually, but they take billions of years. So
Right, they might not
probably,
even be there. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the visibility of the stars
Mm.
that we are calculating.
Mm.
Those are the zodiacs for us. So earlier, when we did not have the calendar dates, people would see a zodiac and say, oh, this is the zodiac we are at, which is the Virgo zodiac or the Leo zodiac, which would
Mm.
again last for 28 days to 30 days, depending on the visibility of the zodiac. So that's why some zodiacs have 28 days, some zodiacs have 30 days in them.
Mm.
It's not necessary that all zodiacs are equally distributed.
Hmm. So I think our culture has just made generalizations to make things much easier instead of then having to calculate the nuances of the differences of the duration of each zodiac, right?
So if you take the zodiac calendar, you can never put dates to the zodiac. A zodiac calendar stays by itself.
Mm.
It's the beginning of the visibility of Capricorn to the end of the visibility of Capricorn.
Mm.
So you call it the month of Capricorn
Mm.
or month of Cancer or month of Leo. Don't put dates to zodiac. The moment you put dates to zodiac, again, as Neil deGrasse said, everything changes.
Mm.
You can never put dates to the lunar calendar. Never, ever. They change every year.
Yeah. So,
So
so
they're
modern
all different
astrology is
calendars.
bogus then.
Sorry?
Modern astrology is a little bogus.
Astrology, see, astrology is not a scientific study. It's a philosophical approach and it's based on predictions.
Huh.
Or three people are born on the same day, same year, and what happened to these three people? It's more like artificial intelligence. They took the data, they studied it, they studied the patterns, and they said, oh, if you're born on so and so day,
Hmm.
this might happen to you.
Hmm.
That's astrology. They will never say this will happen to you. Nobody can say that.
Yeah.
This might happen to you. That's astrology.
Yeah.
So whether you want, I don't believe in astrology. I
Hmm.
believe in astronomy. They both are very different.
Yeah, of course. Interesting.
Astrology is based on predictions. I don't believe in that.
The whole Jyotish tradition is there, though. Huh?
Hmm. I would
Jyot-
never say it's bogus. I wouldn't deny it. I just don't believe in it because
yeah,
it's based on patterns.
based on pattern. Yeah, it's all predictive.
Yeah, it's all predictive data.
Hmm.
So I would, I don't deny it. It happens, it happens. But if somebody says that, oh, tomorrow this is going to happen to you, I wouldn't believe it because your astrology says. But there
Hmm.
is a pattern, yeah, maybe, you know, maybe it's true. Maybe I'll become one of those sample datas that either prove or disprove the pattern, but I wouldn't base my life on
Yeah.
that pattern
Okay.
and
Agreed.
then do or not do certain things. So,
Hmm.
yeah. But astronomy, yes, because I see the moon, I see the sun, I know Earth is moving at a certain speed, I know Earth is tilted at 25.2 degrees. So I know the seasons are true, I know the summer solstice is true.
Hmm.
So I believe in that. That's what Uttarayana and Dakshinayana is, summer solstice and winter solstice. Uttarayana ends in June, which is summer solstice, and Dakshinayana ends in winter, which is winter solstice, which is in December. So that's true.
There's one of our acharyas in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. His name is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and um, he originally was a Jyotish Pandit, and very learned and very good at that system. But he could recognize the more and more he came into his devotional realizations about Krishna and how faith works. Then he abandoned Jyotish because people who do believe in Jyotish and who allow their lives to be governed by whatever patterns are there, they have faith in those patterns. They don't have faith in Ishvar, that the Lord is controlling everything through personal relationships, not just some mechanical, you know, behavioral patterns of the cosmos. So he wrote a very big, uh, very good Jyotish book called Surya Siddhanta. But then after that, he said, no, this is nonsense. He said, not that it's nonsense, but if we're trying to cultivate bhakti, we're trying to cultivate love of God, Krishna Prem, then we cannot allow ourselves to be limited by this mechanical. Um, we can't put faith in some mechanical system like that. We have to put our faith in this devotional, reciprocating relationship with the Lord through association with the devotees. So, from many angles of vision, there is reason to want to go beyond these astrological practices. So, just it's nice to talk about though. So, thank you. Okay. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Tirtha Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri
Yeah.
Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. All
Yeah.
glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees, Samabhakti Veda Vrinda Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ju Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai,
Yeah.
Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Shamkund Radhakund Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol, Jai Bhaktaswati Ki Jai, Hare Krishna.
Jai Krishna
Jai,
Bhakti Krishna Keshav Das Prabhu ki Jai.
Jai Gurudev. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.